Welcome! We're doing an unboxing today with some rivals. I got special guest Tim here. He's my brother, he's a weirdo. We're going to be unboxing the, what's it called? Soul Wars. Forgot what it's called already, just been looking at the box for the last 10 minutes. We're also going to be doing Malign Sorceries. We're going to check these out, open them up, see what's inside, talk about it a little bit. Super excited for Age of Sigmar 2nd edition, so... Yes, number 2. Good job.
Local game store, we've got Soul Wars and Malign Sorceries. We're going to start with just this for now. So Tim's got his big fancy knife. I'm going to cut this bad boy open. It's fresh in the plastic. So much plastic. You got this. I believe in you. I'm going to move that before I cut myself because I know I will. Ooh, it slides out. That's cool. So we got some sweet artwork on top. Is that like separate? No? Alright, so really interesting way they put. I think this is similar to Dark Imperium. I never had my own copy of that, but I remember seeing the book right in the middle. So we got the core book, the whole core book, full core book, hardcover and everything. We'll take a look at that later. And then underneath that we got Battle for Glimm's Forge. So this is our kind of narrative book, right? Our fluff, if you will. We got a bunch of stuff in here. Why don't we open up this plastic off that? All this was in that little packet. We've got core rules, which is kind of sweet. Instead of the old 4-page folded packet, we have a little mini book with the core rules that have been out for a little while now, a couple weeks. We've got how to build the stuff. These are, I believe, all of these things are easy to build, push fit. Right? I don't think you need any glue for this. Everything just sticks together. Got nice, lots of instructions here. Stormcast, we got our super ghosts and ghoulies, minus the ghoulies. Our Nighthawk, how to build this stuff. We got some painting guides. We got our Battle for Glimm's Forge. It looks like story, which is cool. One of my issues with Age of Sigmar has always been the lack of fluff. And 3 years later, obviously there's some fluff.
Break down
a lot of stuff.
units.
Jeez. All right, some stuff about the specific units. Pretty cool. A lot of. It's like a mini army book. What do they call it now? Not army book, but it has the point cost for everything.
Like a mini index.
Yeah, like a mini index. Battle tome. That's what they're called now. They used to be army books in fantasy. Here's our getting started guide. A little bit of fluff, basic fluff about things. And dash.
And they buy.
Alright, how to do this. Cool. And then the last thing that was in that little pack is probably the best thing. There are the unit cards. So they got sweet pictures on one side. And to flip it over, it's got all their rules, which is pretty sweet. Obviously, all the rules are available for free online or in the Age of Sigmar app. But here, if you're just using a couple units out of this, maybe you're playing a smaller game, you just want to put these down in front of you, like War Machine back in the day, you got all their rules ready to go. Pretty cool. So obviously there's one for Nighthawk, and so of course there's also one for Stormcast. What's that this time? Is that just a cool picture?
The Celestine, the
what?
Lord Arcanum.
Oh, he's got so many rules. This is a little booklet. Good lord. Heck, good at Lord Arcanum. So these guys add some magic to Stormcast, which I guess they needed. I don't know. Never played with or against them. And then we have the meat and potatoes of it all. Oh, I broke it. Good thing it's not mine. So this is what everybody really cares about.
It's not dying.
Right. This is what everybody really cares about. How do you open this thing? This is half the fun of unboxing. How does this work? Oh, there we go. A little flap in the front. The models! Yeah, get one. That didn't work at all. Alright, so obviously we got bases. Who cares about that? We got screws and screws and screws and screws. I wish we had this ahead of time so we could show you the models all like done and painted, but at our rate of painting it would take, forever and ever. So we got super cool ghosts. I like these dudes because I think of them as undead Skaven. That's not their fluff, but it's kind of what it looks like to me. They're supposed to look like horses. We got some cool mounts. So that's the typical, if you've ever done any of the easy to assemble push fit stuff that goes together all kinds of weird, like you'll have like seemingly random pieces that will go together. So we'll show off a couple of these sprues. Like this thing, there's a hole in his chest. What's going on there? The ghost stuff kind of looks funky. It reminds me of like the dryads.
Yeah.
And can see all the simple push fit spots here. So if you don't have glue, you don't need glue for these. If I were building this, I would use glue just in case, just because. Like if you drop it and it bounces off the floor, that's a mess. So sprues on sprues on sprues. What do we got here, Tim?
Last bit, it's just a little extra stuff. You got your fancy dancy ruler.
Yeah, useless tape marker.
You got some fancy dancy dice.
These I really like. I love the color of these. I like how they're kind of transparent, but not like the Deepkin dice where you probably can't read it. Like we got nice bright white pips. These are really, really pretty dice. I'm just gonna. Just kidding. I'm not gonna steal.
And the, hey, we just sold you some plastic crack. We just sold you some plastic, so buy some more.
Yeah, of course. Some of those look really cool. Again, I love the, what are they called? Glaive Wraith Stalkers. The Mirmorn Banshees actually look awesome. The Stonecasts have never really done it for me, so, you know, if that's your bag, cool, whatever. We see some new Battle Tomes coming out. Deepkin. Whoop, whoop. We got some decals that, you know, nobody uses.
And then the final thing is a sample chapter from the Soul Wars book.
Oh yeah, the novel. This is pretty cool. I know they had an excerpt of this in the latest White Dwarf, but here's a whole chapter. Who's this one by? Josh
Reynolds.
His stuff has been okay. I think the only thing I've read by him was the Gotrek and Felix books.
Yeah,
that he did, like Orc Slayer and Manslayer and...
No.
Wasn't that him?
No.
No, he
That
took
was-
over after that.
Yeah, he did. Kinslayer, Slayer, and
He didn't do like the
Road of Skulls.
Road of Skulls. Okay, so he was way later. He was okay. Not my favorite, but not my. Oh, these are really cool. So we got the bases are specialized for these push fit models, so they even push fit into the base, so you don't have to glue them to the base. That's pretty sweet. I didn't even notice that in this bag. You can see there are holes in the bases specific for the models.
bases.
Yeah, that's actually
Like the days of yore.
yeah, right? I haven't seen slotted bases from GW in forever. So let's see, what's gonna go on that? Is that the dude on the horse, the ghost
that
on the
would
horse?
be-
Yeah, there we go. There's his big slot.
I don't know what you're looking for up here because they're all behind the wall.
I like that a lot, actually. I didn't even think about that. If you don't have, if you know, push and you don't need glue, it makes sense to make it so you don't even need glue for the bases. So that's pretty awesome. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, and the Griffin.
That's a bit different.
It's the same one.
So yeah, awesome stuff here. We're gonna put all this away for a second and take a look at I keep calling it the wrong thing. Malign Sorcery. Yeah, I was right. Next, other big box. We got the Malign Sorcery. This one sounds really neat. We got endless spells. We got another book. I know a little bit about this one off, you know, from other videos. People have been using these things for a little while, but we'll see what we got. So go for it, Tim.
All right.
We got the little sticker off so far.
Ooh.
We got some fancy plastic.
Fancy plastic bag.
Oh.
Okay, hold up. Wait.
Plastic bags can be dangerous. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. Don't try to eat. No, don't do that. Now here's the cool book. So this says it's an 88-page book full of like how to use this stuff. From what I understand, there's also a bunch of oh man, I forgot the word again. The missions.
Scenarios?
Battle
tomes?
No, that's the book. Battle
Scrolls?
I don't. I
Okay.
can't remember now.
So, first,
We got this little
what do we
book.
got?
What's
Here's
this?
the instruction
how to build
booklet.
The spells. Because you know they're models. Oh my gosh, that has like armature inside. Cool. Oh yeah, and they're different colored plastic, which I can't wait to see. So what we got in here? Malign Sorcery, the book.
So, how to use this book?
Well, you can read it, I guess.
New era, so it looks like
fluff.
Yep, fluff.
So from, ooh,
And then
that's
it's
pretty cool
fluff
looking.
on every spell.
Persona Shaiish. Oh, a little bit about each spell. That's cool.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, I don't know the fluff too well yet.
Pictures.
I'm gonna get into it more real soon. Because I'm jumping head first into Sigmar 2nd edition, but I guess this is because of what Nagash did with the whole Malign Portents thing, which is why it's called Malign Sorcery. What's the word? Battle plan! That's what it is. So it's got a bunch of different battle plan missions. I totally just like interrupted myself. So Nagash like released all this magic. Reminds me a lot of the Storm of Magic from Fantasy, like 6th edition.
Yeah.
Maybe 7th. Not that long ago. 10 years probably. So cool stuff there. Would like to get this set eventually. Definitely read that book. Oh, that opened way. I was gonna say we'll come back after he gets this open, but he got it. Oh, it's in a bag and not.
Oh, that's weird.
It's really strange.
So once again, we have nicely dotted bases.
All right, so again, I'm pretty sure these are push. Are they push fit? Do they have spots
No,
for
these
that?
are glue.
You got glue for this.
Well, at least some of these.
The Purple Sun looks like you don't.
Purple Sun's push fits.
Well, hold on. Well, let's figure this out before, RTFC, or in this case, RTFB. Look at the book. Do not glue. They are push fit, all of them. Even the Gnashing Jaws, we found some little bits here. Oh, focus. So yeah, they fit all together, which is cool. I love that these have their own color plastic. Like, if you don't want to paint like this crazy thing, what's this called, like the Grave Tide? You don't have to paint it. It's already a color, which is neat. Say hi, Lily. That's pretty much what I expected.
And then the Purple Sun is large enough to where it needs its own sprue. Because if you look at these other sprues, there's a couple different things on them. But the Purple Sun,
The Purple Sun is
look at that skull!
Well, that's the palm, almost the size of the palm of my hand. I don't have the biggest hands ever, but that's pretty big. Yeah, bigger than Lily's palms.
Yep.
What's fun, I like how this one has like a whole art, like there's a whole sprue just for the inside of it to put it together, the armature. Really cool. What do we got here? The prismatic wall. So I know the names of some of these. I don't know what they all do yet. Hold it still though. All right. Pretty cool stuff. And then what we got here? Oh, the pendulum. Everybody seems to love so far that I've seen on other bat reps. We've got the cogs, which sound really cool. We got the chains. We got the spell portals. I like these dancing swords. They look kind of cool.
The Quicksilver swords.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a bunch of swords at you. I always joke, like if you're playing with like bloodletters, and you're like Overwatch, I'm gonna throw my sword at you. Now you can with a spell. So super cool stuff. What do you think of this launch stuff so far, Tim?
I really like it. I am also jumping into second edition of Sigmar. I tried a little bit first edition, but could never really find a group to play with. So, yeah, looking forward to some Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, next week Taylor and I are going to be starting to film our first narrative campaign, which I'm really, really pumped for. It's going to be focusing on the Deepkin, and they're going to have to fight a bunch of demons mostly, but obviously we'll find out more about that as it goes. So enjoy your Age of Sigmar second edition.
Wait, there's
I
one
know
more
we
thing.
will. Oh, what was in there?
And
Oh, right. Each spell has its own card to go with it. So, I don't know if people know it so far, but you actually buy the spells as part of your army. You pay your army points to buy spells. So you're only going to have a couple, so when you have it, then you've got the rules for it. So enjoy. I hope other people enjoy our Age of Sigmar content and they can enjoy the game. I think it's way better. The difference from 3 years ago is night and day, and I'm
definitely
super excited. So, what we say at this point in the video, Timmy? Game on!